Hello friends, welcome to my YouTube channel Vision Innovative. If you like my video, then like, share and subscribe my channel and press the bell icon for latest video notification. So today we are going to discuss about the facts of betta fish. Betta fishes, also called Siamese fighting fishes, are small, colorful fish that are native to Southeast Asia and common in the pet trade. In Thailand, people call betta fish plakat, which means fighting fish, and it could not be a more appropriate name. Male bettas are known fighters, aggressively flaring their gill covers and nipping at the fins of other males who get too close. In the wild, fights may last only 15 minutes, but people in Thailand have bred bettas that are capable of fighting for hours. Bettas do well in captivity, and their aggression, which many find entertaining along with their vibrant colors, have helped make the species popular as pets worldwide. Back in their native home, though, the fish are slowly disappearing. Where do betta fish come from? A total of 73 kinds of betta live in freshwater environments of Southeast Asia, and all of these varieties belong to the family of Ospronidae. But the species most people are familiar with the Betta splendens. These bettas originate from the Mekong and Chao Phraya river basins in Thailand. The fish hang out in shallow, nearly stagnant waters, such as marshes, floodplains, and rice paddies. In the wild, the animals munch on unlucky insects that fall into the water, as well as small crustaceans, mosquito larvae, and other aquatic arthropods. Bettas are usually small, from 2.4 to 3.1 inches long, and live for about 2 years on average. In the wild, male bettas never grow the beautiful flowing fins commonly seen on pet store bettas, with their widely different shapes and vibrant gold, red, blue, green, and violets. These characteristics are the result of selective breeding. According to the University of Michigan's Animal Diversity Web, wild Siamese fighting fish have a dull green coloration and short fins, which they have flashed to attract mates and ward off predators such as salamanders, cats, and larger fish. The more flamboyant captive males, however, seem to use their enhanced color to their advantage, both to attract mates and to fight when defending territory. Scientists have been particularly interested in Betta's penguinaceous behavior and the physiological mechanism behind it. The fish have become a model organism for studying the behavioral effect of spilled crude oil, antidepressants like Prozac and fluoxetine, dissolved drug therapies like flutamide in waterways, and even depressants like alcohol. The fish's aggression has also long been exploited for people's financial gain as they gamble on fish fights. People in Southeast Asia have caught and bred Siamese fighting fish for centuries to compete in test battle, which people place wagers on similar to cook fights. Such organized fish fights are illegal in the United States. Even using a mirror to make the fish think there are another individual is considered unethical. Although some companies have produced branded exercise mirrors to keep bettas flexing their fins to offset boredom and depression. How do betta fish breed? Reproductive behavior among Siamese fighting fish is a blend of beauty and terror, as their courtship can get a little dicey. It starts with a male blowing bubbles. He gulps some air at the surface and then blows out mucus-coated bubbles that sit at the water surface. The male does the 4 hours until a thick nest of bubbles forms, then he pursues a female. Male betta fish try to politely entice a female under the nest at first, flashing their fins and flaring their gill covers, but if she is unresponsive or uncooperative, the male can turn violent, nipping at her tail and fins, so they tear and ripping off her scales according to the animal diversity wave. When the female is finally cajoled into mating, ready to accept the male, the two dance, circling each other and nodding one another's sides. The male eventually wraps one fin around the female in an embrace, flips her upside down and fertilizes her eggs. After he lets go, the female remains suspended belly up as if in a trance and releases a few fertilized eggs, usually 3 to 7 at a time. The male catches the eggs in his mouth as they sing and coats them with mucus before attaching them to its nest of bubbles. The male and female will perform this dance dozens of times until she has produced hundreds of eggs. When he is done, the male aggressively drives away the female and guards the bubble nest until the egg hatch. 24 to 48 hours later, according to Seriously Fish, the male will protect the hatching for an additional 3 to 4 days while they finish absorbing their yolks. Once the fish fry are free swimming, though they are on their own, the young become sexually mature roughly 5 months later. Are betta fish threatened? Siamese fighting fishes are considered vulnerable as their habitat has been lost for urban development and farmland. According to the prawn farming and CITES has also threatened the fish, and their population in the wild is declining. The IUCN has suggested that captive breeding program may help salvage the wild population. Bettas are easy to care for in part because they live in warm water, typically 75 to 80 degrees Fahrenheit, and are perfectly fine living without other fish around. Bettas can also breathe oxygen from both the air and the water because of a lung-like organ like the labyrinth. In the wild, the labyrinth organ allows them to survive in poorly oxygenated water and when water nearly dries up. But in captivity, it means they can live in much smaller tanks than other fish, and tanks that do not require consistent oxygenation. So this is all for today's video. If you are not subscribed my channel, please subscribe. Thank you.